What's up, demons and demonettes? Tis I, Atraxi, a demon queen. And, today, we're talking about, the latest hero to hit AFK Journey, Callan. But before we get into it, as always, toss a like and subscribe down below. Alright, as always, let's talk about some abilities. Alright, he starts out with 0 energy. When a battle starts, Callan gains a 200% shield and becomes unaffected. While the shield is active, Callan cannot move or act. The shield's value drops 20% per second and absorbs 50% physical and magical damage by allies within a 2-tile radius. Callan enters the battle when the shield expires, and then when he ults again, he just recasts it, right? So that's his ult ability. He just recasts the shield. Alright. Flail Slam. A 1-tile. Callan swings his flail to deal damage, or 100% damage to an enemy twice, and then slams it on the ground, dealing more damage, and he does knock them down. So it's a temporary stun. I've seen this stun Harak. Callan converts 25% of the damage absorbed into a shield. Golem mites during battle. Active, Callan unleashes the stored Golem's might to deal damage equal to the amount of damage to enemies within 2-tile radius. This skill. So this works very similar to Thorin's skill, just not as good. Hero focus, vitality. Hallowed Wrath. When Callan or any non-summoned allies' HP falls below 30%, he lets out a Wrathful Howl, dealing 50% damage per enemy to all enemies up to 8 times, stunning them for 0.5 seconds, and he's unaffected. This goes up to 2 seconds, and the damage increases, but this only used once per battle. And then his Forest is he just recovers HP when shielded. So you're wondering, oh, why'd I pull him to P2? I had to pull him to P2 for testing. Yeah. So there's one more thing I can note about him, right off the bat, other than his abilities that is pretty sweet. So if we go into fashion, we do get this wonderful Callan hat. This is probably one of the best, if not the best, plushie that we've gotten for the heroes so far. Yeah, this one's really nice. That's a reason. Just pull one copy and get his affinity up if you just want the hat. That shouldn't be hard. We get 50 million hamsters, so that's not bad. Alright, so let's talk about him and some uses, or where do we see him used. He's not very good at high deficit pushing, alright? He just doesn't fit in the meta. At this time, everything leans in towards control. So either control with a Tassie, control with Smokey. Like in this case, we run Smokey for this stage. So we're seeing him used not there. He's good. He's okay on lower stages or at a lower deficit. I just wouldn't try to use him at high deficit pushing. So when we're talking 100 levels plus, then he kind of just drops off. He doesn't really add anything to the team. Dream Realm, he's not useful at all. Legend Trial, I did get some use out of him here. As we go into here, we may see him in some clear records. As you can see, he's being used here. He's not bad here. This is probably his best place to be used. The only issue you may run into using him here is, one, you may already have Thorin, and frankly put, I think Thorin's just a better option. Thorin at least does a significant amount of damage, and when you get to the higher floors, that can become an issue. Alright. So, he's not really great for... He's okay for stages. He's okay for Legend Trial. I think he's okay for Arena as well. So we can see him in action here. I did attack Brownie a while back. Let's see. Nope. Alright, so I did use a Callan here. This is why I had to bump him up to P2, just to stand a chance against these P4, P3 monsters. Alright, and we can replay this and watch it. He does do a nice job. This was an interesting team. So as you can see, Sylphina jumps to the back. She does her thing into the back. And then Callan just kind of distracts all the heroes up front. The problem is that against a Harak, he could be very squishy because I ran it the time before that. And, well, you'll see, he just kind of gets like one shot here when they come out of the break. So not too great there. And then if we talk about other teams, we already have a Freyesto, right? And then I ran this Freyesto team after, if I can ever click on it. That was the Callan team. This is where the Callan team lost again. I got annoyed. And this is where it won, and I was like, yay. So it was iffy, but then I attacked again yesterday, and as you can see, it lost again. So then I just went ahead and replaced him with Freyesto, right? And if we go to the, I mean, it's just a Freyesto team. It's a team built with the stall in mind, right? We stick the illusion up front. Bonnie does her thing. Harak does his thing. They just destroy the Dio. And then our Dio just shreds everybody while Harak plays pain in the butt in the back. And it was much, much more reliable, right? So, I'd have to grade him the same way that I graded Luca, right? In that I think he's kind of just mid at best. He's useful, but he's not better than anybody else, but he's not necessarily a bad hero. The definition of mid. I just think, in Luca's case, at least he was better, I think, off in PvP. While he didn't do that much damage, he did have a nice ult. Luca was very useful in stages. He made that whole Tassie meta possible. He was the better option than Lucius in that squad. So he was really good there. Callan just not. He's definitely someone you can skip on unless you just want to pull the one copy and get the hat, or just pull the one obligatory copy. You could do that, just pull the one copy, and then just move them over to wishlist. If you want to build them up over there, you could build them up over, say, a Salazar, or someone like a Nero. Although, I don't know, I'm kind of fond of a Nero, at least in a Crystal Clash. I mean, I do find a use for Callan there is in Crystal Clash, so when we need a lot of teams, he is useful. He just adds a little bit more depth to that roster, and frees our Thorn up, say, maybe a different team. He does work nicely against some Aryan comps, especially if they don't run Omis. Yeah, so that's really good. But that's it for this one. Again, he's not by any means a must-have hero. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!